Alright, how's it going? We're back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's been a little while. I had some technical issues and other stuff. But, we're good to go. From what I last remember, well, we ran into this fella. Well, again, I forget his name, like Grillby something. We went to his cabin, because apparently that's where the speckled band is, or whatever. So let's chat with him, see what his deal is. Oh god, I gotta get back in the flow of doing voices. Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No. Oh. Nice scissors you got, by the way. I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now. Ugh, this is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree. But there may be someone else who can help. Brody, man, he just loves getting into the weird crevices, doesn't he? Let's see what, he might not say anything else. Okay, yeah, no. Got it. Okay, yeah, he's not wanting to chat. Okay, maybe we can examine the room a bit. Again, I know that to progress the story, you gotta click on this fella. But, I don't know. There's probably still, useful information that you can get just from investigating. Oh! Fuck. What do you think you're doing? Ah! This is my cabin. Get out! Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No! What a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree. Okay, yeah, Detective Man. Okay. Okay, well. Let's see what Herlock has to add to this, situation. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? See how to do his voice before. You need only address me as Sholmes. That's, what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. I'll just get back in the groove of it. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service. Oh. And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually. You're spot on for once. Observe closely. He's a Russian guy, so I should probably keep that in mind. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. Ugh. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. I would think. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh, yes, please. Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. for I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Okay, well, the voice will come along, you know? It's not quite where I wanted it to be, but... Well, fucking voice acting's hard, man. I don't know what to tell you. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? Man, that's a little bit racist, but... What? That's German. From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I don't think either of those things should be occurring to you. Or anyone. Yeah, it's a little messed up, my dude. That's right. And Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shh! I must have complete silence. Yeah, I might have had to try to do a different voice for right now. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I've quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to be in the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Huh? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn, you are, at this very moment, no less in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah! Oh! Naruhodo-san! I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was great deduction? I don't know, man. Like, I see some great deductions. Hell, I've made some great deductions. Not sure if that really qualifies as a great deduction. Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What ineffable twaddle. Damn, you fucking roast him, Marinosuke. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now, I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. Well, at least you're happy, Susato. I mean, I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. Yeah, see, look, he's not such a dummy after all, is he? How? How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then, I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Okay, that sounds like fun. Let's fuck around and find out. It's a great deduction. Hey, the game is afoot. Topic number 1. Old man's identity. Well, look at the angles. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place. Damn, you just summoned spotlights just like that? Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. I mean, I guess. But really? It's his beard. Now, moving on. The question that then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Ugh. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article. Which, it would appear, you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Well, true, but also it's styled much differently. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's styled really differently, my guy. Having noticed the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. I do like the spotlight. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. I do like that music. It's pretty stylish. Suave, even. Okay, so the first topic is, I guess, he's a revolutionary on the run. Topic number 2. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Gah. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taking unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, I speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in this traveling case? I mean, I don't think you... Okay, I know I fit inside of a case, and I'm a little boy, but, you know, that was bigger than... that case is bigger than the one that they have, so, like... I don't know if we could fit someone in there, exactly. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. I actually don't know if that's how that's pronounced. Coup d'oeil, probably, something like that. Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. But there is another, most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Okie dokie. So, according to you, that's Villain Borshevik, and, you stole the ballerina lady. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Eleminsky. Oh, it's like elementary, but you made it Russian sounding. Again, that seems a little culturally insensitive, but fair play to you, I guess. Sasato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know? But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes. Could you come over here a moment? Bray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind, pal? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's a newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. I mean, yeah, that was what I mentioned before about the facial hair. Like, they both have hats and glasses and beards, but, like, that's not bad. I mean, you can have multiple bearded, hatted, bespectacled men, Russian men even, and they aren't always going to be the same person, you know? Like, I feel like if you didn't have a picture, you only had a description of what it looked like, it would be a reasonable assumption to assume that that was the same person. But otherwise, you know. Ah, yes. I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. I mean, bro, being a revolutionary doesn't mean you can just, like, fucking change your face like your fucking Clayface or whatever. Or Mystique. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. I mean, true. Like I said, if you were just going off a description, like a basic facial description, you could confuse the two of them, but having a picture makes it kind of, you know, a little more obvious, their distinctions. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Exactly. Not just at first glance, it is too small. Clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child under that case, even if you push really hard. Like I said, I know the great Ryunosuke, fit into a traveling case, but mine was way bigger. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? I didn't know who that person was until you mentioned them. Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. Ugh. This whole thing is turning into a circus, am I right? Mr. Naruhodo. Something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off. I mean, yeah, that seems like a fair assessment, you know? Like, again, it seems like he is starting from a conclusion and, you know, trying to force the evidence to fit that conclusion, you know, instead of the other way around, which leads him into some weird places. Your idea of a little might be a little off itself, Miss Sasato. It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Oh, what? So we're gonna fucking steer him on the right path? Like fucking, you know, like, hey, you're doing good, pal. Just, you know, why don't you actually fucking use your brain, you know? Switch some key words in his deductions. Yes, but, you know, very tactfully. We don't want to hurt his feelings. He's a little boy. You know, you gotta, like, it's like when you know, it's like a little kid, you know? You can't let him know that you're correcting him or else they get all offended. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. I.e., do like half the work for him, if not more. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Oh, what the? Bro, what the? Whoa, what happened to my handcuffs? Ah! Where are your handcuffs, my dude? Huh? How? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our, dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Bro, you're like a fucking escape artist or something, too? That's pretty cool. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess. I guess you kind of gotta. Don't worry. I shall restore the shackles to your wrist when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. I mean, sure. I mean, course correction. I mean, we can dance this dance, man. We can tango this tango. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. I mean, yeah, that is kind of weird to be carrying around scissors. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess this is an important line. I'm not really sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, well then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Royler really going to use those enormous shears for? Let's see. Thick hat? Wait, let's whoa, what the? Oh, it's a nice fucking golden locks you got there, pal. Though, I wonder, could you really cut off your hat?
Yes!
Curious what that'll give me. Oh, there's a penalty system, I guess. For years, you have been on the run in your homeland, and that hat has never left your head. As a result, almost unbelievably, your thick beard has woven itself inextricably together with your hat. But now you have an itch. Somehow you must reach it, even if that means cutting the hat off. Bro, what the fuck? Me, as Sholm says to him, like, unless I was okay. Again, I know that's not the answer. Obviously, I would just want to see what sort of humorous exchange they would have. Though, man, imagine saying something so dumb, even Sholm is like, bro, what the fuck are you on? What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts, you know what I'm saying? For sure Lizzo knows about that one. Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt? Bitch? Yeah? A lot. Okay, yeah. We know what the answer is. I'm not a dummy. Yeah, yada yada yada. Not his beard. Yeah, okay, we know. I don't really see the need to voice that. Are you like wearing a wig on top of your real hair? I feel like cutting your hair would have been like the first thing you did before applying the wig. If I'm, being pretty H with you right now. Well, and anyway, obviously it's this shit. Whatever this is about. Oh, look at me now! I got the spotlight power. Ah, it's so nice. We're shuffling together in this salsa dance of deduction, if you will. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away those luscious golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. What? You could have said that. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all. You're a woman, and judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no! If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Good. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Yeah, I don't think that. I think you're kind of a little off base on that one, Chief. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? Yeah, I knew the whole time. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You fucking idiot. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry. You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. It's not like I'm enjoying having this elegant tango with this great detective as we piece together the truth. Like what? Like I would enjoy something like that? What do I look like? Some kind of lawyer? This is strictly This is strictly business, not Strictly Come Dancing, which is a pretty obscure well, obscure for U.S. audiences anyway. Apparently, Strictly Come Dancing, in case you didn't know, is what Dancing in the Stars is called in the UK, where it originated from. Honestly, there's a lot of fucking UK shows that originated in the UK that ended up becoming big smashes in the States, like American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, The Voice, I don't know about The Voice, but I know the X Factor was one of those shows. Like, there's a bunch of like those competition-based shows that started off in the UK that got moved over to the US, and Strictly Come Dancing became Dancing with the Stars. So now you know. Yes, I understand. Say no more. It's not like I'm tsundere for fucking Herlock Sholmes, you fucking baka. You fucking sussy baka. That's you, Sussato. You're the sussy baka. Well, anyway, let's just fucking focus on the next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true. That given that Miss Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly, he, or rather, she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes, and apparently he can't change his fucking priors or conclusion now that the priors have changed. Let's just switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. Well, obviously, she should have put on a fucking robot mask and called herself Mr. Roboto, you know? She could have become the Maldron Man, whatever that means. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Yeah, we have, pal. We've been here before. Alright, I'll do my best. Okie dokie. I don't think there's anything funny to present that would like make a funny exchange. So yeah, it's a ballerina. Like, wow, this person is the ballerina.
Yes.
Like, from the second you saw those golden locks, it was kind of obvious. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right. You hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Nubovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. God, it's so stylish. I love the little, like, the animations, man. This is like a pretty good step up from what Spirit of Justice was even able to do. Even though that was a good game, it had good models, good 3D sprites and stuff, but like, this is also a 3DS game, but like, the touch-ups and stuff obviously help it look better, but yeah, like, just the way they move about and stuff, you know, it's pretty neato, if I'm keeping it real with you. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Nubovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Motherfucking Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Sorry about that, pal. Now I'm not sure what voice I should give you since you're, like, a girl. Oh, she's cute. She's a little cute girl. You're right. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Oh boy, I'm Mickey Mouse. I can't do like a female voice and also a Russian accent. Okay, so we got that part down. So obviously you didn't kidnap yourself. Unless you did stuff yourself in your own traveling case, I mean. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Duh! And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more honestly and eloquently than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case, which, yeah. This woman is a ballerina, and she's right in front of her eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistakes again. You seem to look pleased, Naruto-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Sholmes? Please. Like I would want to fucking have a nice waltz with Herlock Sholmes. Our bodies intertwined as we skip the light fandango and discover the truth along the way. Like, that sounds like fucking horrible. Like, be real, Cesaro. You fucking baka. Stop it! Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Okay, well, so it's probably not the traveling case. Tiara. Okay, well, again, it's not the traveling case, and the only other thing that seems to be presentable is the tiara. And, as I recall, there was also the valuable $1 million tiara that a ballet company was really worried about as well, so... yeah, yes! I assume that's gonna be it. Did she steal it? Is that why she ran away? The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Ah! I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And, if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. Oh yeah, rubles. Either way, it's pretty valuable. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! Oh. Hey, come on, it's okay, you know? It's not the end of the world. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone. And I need money, man. I gotta make bank, you know? But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. All right, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now. Come. Let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I've ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'etat betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Wait, what? Books on the shelf? You didn't mention that before. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yeah, that's true, but still though. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Okay, there's a small picture, rules of passage, I mean, it's probably okay. It could be either one of those things. Is there something special about the rules of passage? Well, yes. let's try this one out. See, we got penalties to spare. I want to see some humorous exchanges, you know? I read a mystery story the other day, and in that, there was a secret safe hidden behind a picture just like this. That's right. Behind this picture is a safe too, and inside, the key to your traveling case. So no more games. Open it up now. That deduction was wanting in every way. Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it, you know. I find myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Okay, I'm just gonna say, my friend, my homie, my compadre, my brother from another mother, I don't really think you have room to critique me for my bad deductions when you thought this lady was trying to cut off her beard. Like, you're not one to talk, is all I'm saying. Oh, sorry. I'll try again. Yeah. Yes, it must be what's inside. Come to think of it, we saw the case moving before, didn't we? I can't imagine what's in there. What could it be? Wait, we saw it moving before? Oh yeah, that's probably in the last episode. It has been a little while. What has Miss Pavlova got inside her case? Whatever it is that she's glancing at will probably give us the answer. Okay, probably this, yes. Then. The rules of passage. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Oh. That's problematic. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. A do like that's very stylish. The way it was just like the angles, the lighting, the spotlight thing, the dance. Like, man, we're like feeling the rhythm of the night. You know what I mean? Ah, God. Well, hey, it's just a pet. You know, like it should be fine. Surely we can help this girl out, you know? Yeah, we fucked that deduction up. I mean, I was me correcting her mistakes, but, you know, I'm willing to consider it a team effort if you are. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. Because, like, God forbid, being born and your parents calling you Grimsby as your given name. Nicolina is a much better name, is all I'm saying. My real name is Nicolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. The Bureau is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Well, yeah, that's why she had the disguise. That's why she had the disguise, obviously. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. Yeah, I would say pretty recklessly, because, like, I feel like the first thing you should have done was cut your hair before you prepared the rest of the disguise, you know? And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My best recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the unknowingly unlocked cabin door. Huh. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Yeah, you know, funny the way it is. Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew... Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Please. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? Well, sorry, wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It was certainly something. Something, I mean, look, we came together. It was like, you know, when Kanye and Jay-Z, you know, collaborated. Two great minds coming together to make something even better. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed. It is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yeah? What's up, my dude? Observe your wrists. My, nuts. How do you, are you a magician? Are you like a magician that's a part-time detective? Are you a detective who's a part-time magician? Frankly, I don't know. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. Grr. When? And why? There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it? Really? Like, can you do a bro a solid? You know? Like, come on. Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Oh boy. Okay, well, that is as natural a leaping off point as anything. That was fun. I enjoyed the dance production. I enjoyed the little tango, the salsa, the waltz, the Soulja Boy that me and Sholmes did together. And I'm curious as to what this lovely young ballerina has to say. But that'll have to wait till the next episode. Until then,